I'm your host, Caro Bartono.
And I'm your host too, Alan Joshua. And today we are going to talk about courtship, dating, and marriage.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem that many youths go through. It's a problem that many of the youths, they don't know how to deal with it, or rather how to go about it.
Yeah. The youths have really faced a lot of challenges, especially when it comes to dating. You know, we sometimes get to realize that we don't know the exact time to get into a relationship, the exact date, or such kind of things.
You know, when it comes to dating and courting, maybe some of the people may be confused. What's the difference between the two?
There are two things that come up. There is what we call courtship, and there is what we call dating. These two terms are more or less the same. And that is where I think our challenge comes from, because most of the times you are dating and you think you are courting, or you are in courtship and you assume you are dating. Now, what happens between dating and courtship is this. Now, when you are dating, it is just that intimacy. I've just known you, okay? And I just want to know you more I just want to know you. We've become friends. Who are
Meaning
you?
it's just something that you just know someone,
Yeah,
and you don't know the in-depth of that particular
You don't
person.
go so deep to know the background of the person. You don't go into a lot of things. But it is just like you've met a friend. Like we are in a car and we are headed to Bungoma or to Nairobi or to some other place, and I'm seated next to you. What will happen between me and you is we will be dating.
No, Pastor, but that isn't dating, because I don't know you, neither do you know me.
Yeah, you know, when we will sit together, we will start talking.
Yeah.
Now that talking,
That's just
that
a
is
conversation.
now when we are dating, we are updating ourselves. Let me put it there.
Yeah.
I am updating myself with the person seated next to me.
Yeah.
It could be an Al-Shabaab. So what happens is, when I sit next to you and I'm updating myself, now when we talk of machines we update them.
Yeah.
But with the human beings, when you are getting conversant with a human being, we are just dating.
We're just dating.
We are just dating. We've just met, and now we are having that casual talk. We don't go so much. We don't go so much into where were you born, who are your parents, what is the background of where you come from. So what happens is we are just knowing each other. And that basic of knowing each other is what we call dating. Unlike courting, where you go so deep and then you start having the romantic relationship, the romantic feelings towards the other person, the romantic gesture, and you really feel this is a person I can be with, this is a person I can stay with, this is a person I can trust with the rest of my life. Now when we get into courtship, now that is a time now you want to know much about the person, the in-depth of the person. Where was this person born? How was she brought up, or how was he brought up? What type of life has this person gone through? Now that is now what we call courtship. But with the dating, it is just basic. And most of us have ended up, when we date people, we end up jumping a step of courtship, and then we enter into marriage. So dating starts.
But nowadays, most people don't consider the courtship thing as a major thing.
And that is why you realize what is happening today. We are marrying today, and then tomorrow we are breaking up.
Because they were in a hurry.
They were, and you know the hurry was, we just dated. We never courted. We just dated.
So, Pastor,
we jumped that stage.
So, Pastor, you saying that that dating is just a casual meeting?
Yes, dating is
people.
just casual.
It could be of either gender.
Yes,
right?
please.
But when a person is saying, whether a lady or a man says that I'm dating this girl, or I'm dating this man, what do they mean?
Our basic understanding has gone to a level where we are okay. Like I can talk of the current generation. The current generation is full of shortcuts. You get me right? We just want shortcuts. Now, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why I was saying dating is that basic. It is that casual knowledge of a person. Do I know Joshua? Yes, I know him. He is a friend. He works in Imani Media. He is a host of the Youth Connect. Okay, we've dated. I know you. Are you getting me right?
Yeah.
Do you know the sister? Yes, I do know her. She hosted me some time back, and we really had good time with her. We dated. At the time we met, we dated. Now, what happens is, when I date you, I assume we are courting. That is what kills us. Immediately we start dating, I assume now, okay, things are fine. She is mine. Or he is mine. And then?
So when a man and a woman get along together,
yes,
So there is no special thing or aspect about dating. When me and you are getting to know each other,
Yeah.
and we get along together,
Yes,
we are
please.
dating.
We are dating.
And it is just it also applies to a man and a woman who are kind of want to know each other.
Exactly.
It's just the same.
Exactly.
So there is no special thing in dating.
There is nothing special. If there is anything special, then it is knowing.
When it comes to dating,
Yes, please.
let's say for example I've known Joshua for some time.
Yeah.
Knowing him for that particular moment, knowing him for some time, that is
Yes.
that shall be courting.
When
Because dating is
Mhm.
just the casual talking and knowing him.
Yes. Now, dating, as we said, it is the casual talk. And I talked, when we are talking of machines, the computers and the phones and the other things, in the era that we are in, what we do to them, we update them with the current information. Okay? So when I have met you, like you are saying you've met Joshua, when you meet Joshua and you know Joshua, you know whom he is, he's a Christian, he's a friend. So in fact, dating is creating that friendship. Okay? Now, when we create that friendship, when we want to court, we need to go an extra mile. That extra mile is now me knowing the deeper of Joshua or the deeper of you.
Now that's courting.
That is now courting.
Uh-huh.
Where was she born? Who are the parents? What type of life has this person lived? What are her interests? What motivates her? And I love one man called Dr. Miles Mundo. He says, courting or relationships should start at two places. One, at the intellectual level or at the spiritual level. So it is good. It is good even as we are discussing these things, we understand that. And okay, with my little research, I have come to realize it is the best place.
Yeah.
Because this is a place of motivation. What motivates me might be what motivates you.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
So as we are building up the relationship, I will come along to realize, okay, the level of motivation could be different. I'm lowly motivated, you are highly motivated. My interests could be your interests. Because we are on an intellectual line and we are doing the same course. Maybe we are doing the same thing in the college or in the school, isn't it? Or we are in the church and whatever happens in the church, I'm very comfortable, you are very comfortable. That means there is something that binds us together.
There's something that brings you together.
Yeah, there is something that brings you together.
That is common between the two.
Yes,
of you.
now that brings you together. When it brings you together, now that is a time now we should start digging deep.
Yeah, but you know, to the African perception, or rather to most of the youth's perception, when they hear the word dating, there is something that clicks in their minds. I say that if he's dating, that means he's pushing with either a man or a woman.
Okay, I'll give you this example. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Recently, I was interrogating some girl. Now, I was asking her, who is that guy I've seen you with for some time? Every evening I see you moving along with him. And she told me, he is just a friend. So I asked the girl, is he your boyfriend? The girl told me, no. He is just a friend. So a friend who is a boy. But she doesn't want to acknowledge it is a boyfriend. Okay, who is a friend?
It's
A friend who is a boy.
Yeah.
Now, what is the difference between a boyfriend and a friend who is a boy?
It's just the same.
It is the same.
Yeah.
The same.
But you look at now the perspective.
Yeah.
When I talk of a boyfriend, you are thinking of now having that sexual intimacy with the person. Do you get me right?
Yeah.
That is what kills us. So when we talk about dating, just get it clear. It is the basic. It is the casual knowledge of a person, of either sex.
I think viewers, you are getting something, that actually dating does not necessarily mean that you are pushing with a lady or with a man. Dating is just that point of getting along together, that casual meeting. Either you may have your own friend, a boy or a girl, a man or a woman, that's your friend, you are dating that person. So it's actually, we should brush off that perception of if I'm dating somebody, it means that I'm in a relationship with somebody else.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, right. So I think now that one is settled.
Yeah.